Hey, what's going on, you guys? How you doing? Let's get right into it. There has been a newly resurfaced video of Diddy confessing. But guess what? This is going to blow your mind away like it is Jonathan Adi all over again. This confession was in 1999. Y'all, everybody talking about the feds being able to build their case against Diddy. All they have to do is go to YouTube. Well, not YouTube. All they have to do is just go and look at all of Diddy's old interviews. Interestingly enough, Diddy did a lot of interviews with MTV. We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about the MTV connection. We got to talk about the making of the band connection. We got to talk about why they're liable. And we got to talk about MTV via Viacom literally erased every single bit of footage, interview, or anything that has ever happened on MTV. When that happened, people said, why would you do that? You could have given all this stuff to the Library of Congress to hold. On top of that, cybersecurity experts said, this makes no sense because storage is actually very, very cheap. Why would you delete 30 years of stuff just like that? They deleted everything, including what happened in making a band. When you connect that with the fact that all over the world, record executives step down on the same day, you guys say what you want. This Diddy mess is set to destroy a lot of things. Again, you can agree as to why they wiped the footage, but the fact that even security experts said it was highly, highly unusual, we'll talk about that in a second. But right now, let's get into the Diddy confession. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if Diddy is a malignant narcissist. I've heard the rumors, right? But you know how narcissists, they say they cannot, they're like evil movie villains. They cannot help but tell you everything they're going to do, how they're going to do it. You just have to listen to them and realize they're not joking around. They're literally telling you where the bodies are. You guys, let's get into this. On top of that, what we're going to discuss is Charlamagne the God, Ray J, right? Literally running interference for Diddy. Diddy's team is trying to put out this insane narrative that this isn't the time to judge. This is a time to forgive, because apparently they're now admitting that Diddy been a crackhead for the last 15 years. I'm not even joking. And when I heard that, I said that I was watching Charlamagne. I have all the videos to show y'all to discuss. I said, you've been a lot. Now, I'm not that good at math. Y'all know that. You've been a crackhead for the last 15 years, 2000 minus 15, since 2008. And it just so happens the Fed investigations. You really trying to say that we should forgive you and in the Black community look for a time to heal and uplift them, because he is an icon. He is the moment. That was Ray J's words. Because he been on that wacky weed, because he been a crackhead for the last 15 years. Baby, shut up. Diddy, I'm telling y'all, if these are the best defenses that Diddy can come up with, Diddy going to jail. Diddy, literally, they going to get you the electric chair if you keep up with it. But one thing I thought was interesting is, remember yesterday when I did a live, when I was like, yo, Diddy is pissed. And he's saying, you either with me or against me. And he's literally telling, like drawing a line in the sand. I see that it seems like a few of his loyal disciples, Ray J, Charlamagne the God, Dr. Umar, whoever else, I think we about to get a list of who was at the freak off parties, but more importantly, who knows that they were videotaped on there. Because I think Dr. Umar was there. I'm just saying. I'm sure he was doing some Pan-African, my brother selection. I'm sure he was doing his Pan-African stick. We know Ray J was there. Ray J been everywhere, and not in a good way. And Charlamagne, yeah, maybe he sees himself in Diddy. I know a lot of people are worried the fact that if Diddy goes down, what hope do they have? Because they was doing the same thing. Now, let's get into this. Also, Charlamagne says that he thinks that we need to have pity for Diddy because he's obviously dealing with deep trauma, and he used the party and fun and drugs and sex to numb himself. And I said, do you realize the smecks that he used to numb himself or with another human being, do you realize you literally put knockout drops in somebody's drink so you can numb your trauma? Baby, I'm all for people dealing with their own trauma and dealing with their own private Idaho. But there comes a point where your waves of emotion are slapping up the wave, the shore of my personal integrity, to which I'll say, yeah, I feel for you, but at no time can I let your trauma bleed over and you create trauma to me. Baby, that's called the making of a monster. But I did a little research and I think I know where Diddy's trauma came from. And I got the video for that. Listen, with no further ado, let's get into it. All right. Hit that like button if you can. Let me pull this up, okay? I know y'all thought I was going to be 20 minutes late, but guess what? Baby, every day I get better. Every day I get better. It's like y'all can thank my boyfriend for me coming on live. Hold on really quick. Hold on. We're about to start playing this, okay? Let's go and let's listen to Diddy's confession. Turn the sound up, everybody. Turn the sound up. Matter of fact, let me put this on a full screen. Hold on. Here we go. This is a newly around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, you get intimidated.
Different element.
There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the highest.
Okay, pause. Because this next video is him telling all the kids at the white parties. People are saying that the white parties were the precursors for the freak-offs, telling them that they got an hour to get all their kids at the party because it's going to be something going on. They're not going to like it. But let's get back into this confession. I don't care what y'all say. I've been looking at footage of Diddy. I was trying to put it together. Diddy has admitted to everything he's done. He went on Conan O'Brien and literally admitted the way he keeps the heat going so the alcohol gets and it gets all sweaty and baby oil. We already know. And again, like I said, Diddy got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Everybody was like, oh my God, you freak nasty. All I pictured myself was walking in to the pantry and being like, how many bottles of baby oil did we start off with? Because if you've got 1,000 in your house, how many did Amazon drop off? Target don't even got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Everybody in the life got, oh God, raise your hand if you've had the same bottle of baby oil somewhere in your dresser or somewhere in your bathroom, right? For at least the last 5 to 7 years. Everybody knows the rules of baby oil. You get one bottle and you keep it for life. When you use it, sometimes you open it and you're like, why is it gummy? Oh, is it good? You smell it? I guess so. It still smells like baby powder. Everybody, and we know the rules of being in America. Everybody keep the same bottle of baby oil for 5 to 7 years. Who literally buys 1,000 bottles? And if there's 1,000 right there, how many did you start with? That's what I want to know, right? Again, Daphne Peterson Nunez, thank you for becoming a member. And Madam Jane Doe said, but maybe don't mock Pan-Africanism, sis. Speaking on behalf of the nation, love and respect you, sis, Tisa. I love and respect you guys too. I would never mock that. I was mocking Dr. Umar, literally using Pan-Africanism, his stick, to defend Diddy. He did a whole video where he said what Diddy did was not that bad, and those girls, and it was consensual, and nothing happened. So I get you, and I say this respectfully, but y'all need to go get your brethren, Dr. Umar, and pull him back in the thing, because he's the one making a mockery out of Pan-Africanism. He's the one doing that. But let me continue, all right? My earring got so hyped. Pulling my own earring out, fighting my own demons. Anyway, y'all, listen. Let's get back into this interview because I want to actually give some commentary on it. Hold on before we get into the next video clip. Baby, if this ain't a confession, I don't know what is. He literally said he probably gonna get arrested because people don't like, they got to keep an open mind. An open mind about what? Y'all better not be in my comments being like, T said he talking about the party. He talking about a party. I don't think you realize where his parties were held in the Hamptons. The cops weren't going out there. You literally are on your own private estate. You weren't waking up anybody. It wasn't noise control. Why would the cops be coming to arrest him? But Diddy, maybe he was nervous. Let's keep going.
We're going to keep on having fun.
Hold on. He's not going to stop. Take that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more.
They're not giving Diddy a permit for the parties. Again, I want everybody to realize, I'm just going to add some context to this, then we're going to move on to the next clip. I want everybody to realize where Diddy held his parties in the Hamptons, he didn't need a permit. He didn't need a permit. I mean, he needed a permit, but he didn't have neighbors. He wasn't waking up his neighbors. He didn't have neighbors. So why won't they give you a permit anymore? In 1999, there were complaints about things that happened in Diddy's party. There were many, many complaints. I do want to say this, right? In 1999, we did not have the same rules we have now, and open-mindedness and legislation to protect victims. Back then, if you were out there being fast, if you were out there at the things, then baby, the courts looked at it like, or public sentiment treated it like, look at the court law. So what was you doing out there? Good girls, you must have been asking for it. We have come a long way since 1999 legislatively for how we deal with consent, sexual harassment, and sexual assault. Let's keep going.
We ain't going to stop. We're going to keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment.
Whenever you bring a different element in people's environment, do you mean the earth opening up and the fifth dimension of hell swooping in? You know, and Diddy, meanwhile, the earth's cracking open to Middle Earth, and like the trolls are crying out of Moldor. You looking down at Dante Inferno, and he's like, you know, whenever you bring a different element to people's environment, they react. Sometimes they don't like the reaction. Let's keep going.
Things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down, racial barriers, break it down, generation.
I like the way that racial barriers, he brought a bunch of old white men and probably women, right? A bunch of old rich people together with some hot young stallions and a little bit of special Ciroc bottle and that special champagne that will get you right, get you loosey-goosey. And he said they breaking down barriers. Oddly enough, you see the way he name checks Jay-Z? This is just one video. He name checked Jay-Z, letting him know that Jay-Z was all up in that piece. Listen to this.
Generation barriers, people from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z talking to who? Keep going.
It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties.
So this is another freak off. Well, there's a white party. The people are saying that the white parties turned into freak offs after a certain time. This is Diddy caught on tape. The witnesses there said it was caught on tape telling them that all the kids, not people under 18, but kids, like children, and even his own children had an hour to get out of the party because it was about to get grown. Listen to this.
Are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
A freak off, if you will.
Okay, we gonna have DJ Cassidy right now get on the ones and twos. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is a legendary white party. It's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before. Okay. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, you know, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it.
Hold on, y'all.
We've been here before.
I do want to say something. You know what struck me from this clip, right? Two things. One, they don't know that they about to go to the 7th level of hell. This is like a Black Mirror episode. He's like, yeah, we about to put the kids away. And you know, we fed y'all. We gave y'all thing. Now we putting the kids away. And baby, we are about to get freaky. And everybody's like, ah. And you don't know that demon time. He about to literally be on that demon time and start energy harvesting. Listen.
Okay. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, you know, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, I do want to say this really quick, right? Before we go into the next thing, right? Shout out to the Art of Dialogue and also Uncle Gene Deal. If you guys aren't following the Art of Dialogue, I'm probably sure y'all know who they are. Excellent production, great interviewing. Make sure you go and support. The Art of Dialogue said, Torre says he had an anonymous conversation with people in Diddy's inner circle who revealed that Diddy has been a rug addict for 15 years, and there have been several unsuccessful interventions. So let me stop by saying, before we get into these newest things that they are actually saying about it, first of all, where do I start? This thing, the TV people are erasing footage from the archives for no reason. It all started around the time right before Diddy got arrested. You cannot tell me that in these erased footage, they're not doing it for a reason. It's not because of storage. Storing data is actually, for companies, incredibly cheap. And you don't have to erase the footage. You can literally just give it to the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress holds it in the record of the U.S. and then you have all your banks in. It was really unheard of that they do that. That's the first thing. But also, let me just say this about Diddy's lawyers. I'm confused. First, y'all in here begging for bail, saying, no, what are you talking about? He's a fine, upstanding citizen. This, that, and the third. Then you come and say, even if you don't trust him, trust the money. And he gonna get drug tested every week. Okay. So I said, well, so he a crackhead. How dare you? That's liable. You just said he getting drug tested every week. And he got caught with some pink powder by his bed. Now, you guys are planning to appeal the, hold on, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. All right. Then, sorry about that. Did y'all hit the like button? Okay. Then you said, okay, now you're saying that this man has been a hardcore rug addict, a crackhead, Mookie from New Jack City, doing whatever for some Tucci. Literally, I know Diddy was probably like the next morning, yo, you know, I only did that because I needed Tucci. And people are like, Sean, you've been sober for 3 years. Diddy was probably faking that he was on rugs so he could go down and get. I'm just saying, Diddy's diabolical. He probably was faking. Oh, I'm so high. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to. And they were like, Diddy, that is Pepto-Bismol. Calm down. Anyway, right? Now, all of a sudden, these same lawyers that are going up for appeal for a third time are now admitting that he is not only a rug addict, but he is a hardcore one for 15 years. And you want to get out on bail? Or is this the new excuse you have for why you were a demon and literally raped and pillaged every village that you started? Are you serious? On top of that, this is such a dumb defense. Diddy, like, you know what? But let's get into what Tory has to say. And then we're going to get into what Ray J and Charlamagne have to say, running interference for Diddy, you guys. And I found the moment of Diddy's trauma, the person responsible, and the sick web that actually started. This is going to be quite a interesting live.
Okay,
just get comfortable for this, okay? Make sure y'all show up. Art of Dialogue. Love the interview style. Okay, so listen to this. This is Tory. We have a lot of respect for him. He's a great journalist. I think he was one of the first ones to say that his Diddy actually tried to make his cousin, and in order for for him to have an internship. Listen to this, because I respect him, but I think that the people that he listen, and I don't
for 15 years. Asked what he prefers to use, someone said, I'm
a little bit in an hour. We put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, now.
Okay. Did I cut this off? Hold on.
been an addict for
Okay, here we go.
15 years. Asked what he prefers to use, someone said, I'm sure he's on the bleeding edge of whatever it is out there that can get you really up there. I had anonymous conversations with several people who know Diddy really well. People I trust to give me an unbiased view of him. One of them told me the last time I saw him, there was nothing behind his eyes but a vapid darkness. Diddy's years-long perpetual drug haze meant that some of the women who are suing him, he doesn't even remember them. And people who know him say they don't recognize him. He's been super up there and detached from himself for years. He hasn't acted like himself in years. There were multiple interventions and they all failed because no one could protect him from himself. Some people have said out of this, oh my God, which super powerful person did Diddy piss off? No. You're missing it entirely. When Diddy and Cassie were together, he dragged her down into drug abuse. After she got away from him, she went to rehab. And in talking to people, she realized she had been through something crazy, and she began to find the courage to speak up. She went to him and said, I have a book. I've written everything. Give me $30 million to make it go away. And because he was in a haze, he did not say yes. He said no. He didn't have the perspective to understand what.
Okay, stop. I'm sorry. I was going to let this play, but we're going to have to actually add in some truth and reality, because I don't know who this person is that gave him this version, but baby, they was giving you bedtime stories, things we actually know to be false from Diddy's own actions. Sorry, guys. I was listening to this in real time with y'all because I only heard the first 3 minutes. No, we're going to have to add some reality. Let me rewind this, because this is Diddy's new narrative, that he was so high for all those years, he didn't even know the women he was around. But that is cap, because you can't be high all the time. And you had your people around you. But even then, you know all the women you did it to. You called these women liars. Is this a way? Listen. Is this the way? All right, Jamie. Everybody wish Jamie a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie. Listen, you know, let's get in and dissect this, because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of Diddy, and they must be crazy if you cannot rewrite history while we're in the middle of it. You can maybe try to gaslight me about what happened 3 years ago, but not when I just saw you 2 hours ago and now you got a different story. And I'm sick of this. We're not going to sit here and let Diddy be rehabbed. If you drink yourself drunk and get behind the wheel of a car and you kill people, God forbid, you do not get to cry and be like, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, no ish. Because you're still responsible for that. You made a choice every single moment. You made a choice. And not even that, how are you going to try to act like you like Mookie out in New Jack City, just strung out? You literally got in this time that you were high for 15 years. Leave it to you. You built a $1 billion fortune. You made Grammy award-winning albums. You made Grammy ventures. You literally were integral a part of that. Everybody said that you were a micromanager, control freak. So you were involved. It's not like you were just like the face of it. So you can't have both. Everybody knew what an astute businessman you were in the studio, doing all this stuff. You were working while you were having free calls. Go watch the Jonathan Otter video. Diddy was working, taking conference calls during free calls. That's why they lasted for days long. Even if you were high for 15 years, even if you were a drug addict, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What's that to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? You still knew what you were doing. You still victimized people. And now we're supposed to believe you didn't remember anything. Oh my God, you haven't been yourself for years. You haven't been yourself for years. And wouldn't you know it, this drug addiction, it started 15 years ago. And gosh darn it, wouldn't you know it, that 15 years goes back to 2008? Oh, and isn't it such a weird coincidence that 2008 is when the Fed's investigation right now is going back to? Y'all, did these people really think we're stupid? And I respect Tory, but he's saying that people he knows and trusts gave him that tea. And I think people he knows and trusts are complicit with Diddy, and they're still working and they're trying to get this narrative out ahead of everything. Let me just go this. Gail K, thank you so much for the super sticker. Eileen Negron, I have more, or is it Negron? I have more videos that I'm going to show you guys, but we got to actually dissect this because we're not letting this happen. Eileen said, I think the law was more associating situations with outcomes to be expected and therefore seemingly acceptable. Yeah, which is no longer the case. Thank God. You're right. You are right, Eileen. Very well put. Me Jay said, Tisa, they have it a freak off in your chat. Let me guess. I got 6 likes. How many people are in this thing? I got how many people in the chat? You guys, can you guys hit the like button or even turn your bells on or notifications? Either way, it's going to be good for business. Okay, there are 4,200 people watching and I have 1,000. I have 1,000. Y'all do me so dirty, but I can't quit y'all. Y'all do me so dirty. It is in fact. Oh gosh. Mel Bethel said, Dr. Umar is loud and wrong most of the time. Let's stop allowing our community to be gaslit by Dr. Umar. Not sure where he received his Juris Doctorate from. Defending Diddy just gross. I agree. Dr. Umar been problematic. Freddie K said, Diddy's new name in prison is going to be Puppy Butt. Okay, Red Philly 88 said Jay-Z just wiped his IG. Wait, did he? Hold on. Jigga what? Jigga who? Hold on. Y'all better, I swear to God, you better not be trolling me. Hold on. How do I type? Hold on. He just wiped his Insta. Hold on really quick, y'all. Let's see, Jay-Z's Insta. I delete the he did not, in fact, wipe his Insta, but he has a nice black and white grid with him and Beyonce. They seem to be having fun. Hope that fun keeps up, because Red, you ain't ish for that, but thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Okay, let's rewind this, because you guys keep your eyes and ears open on this new narrative that Diddy's people are trying to go. First, everybody was lying. Then it was all money grubbing. Then he didn't do it. then the facts will prevail. Now the facts are, I mean, I did it, but I was high. And I didn't remember. Shall we? No. Sean, bring that mouth over. No. Sit down. Sit down, Sean, before I sit your ass down. No, you don't get to be like, sorry, my bad. No, Sean, you didn't borrow someone's car and bring it back an hour after you were supposed to. Or they was texting you being like, hurry up, I got to go to the store. No, Sean. No. You were involved in sex trafficking. Not only that, a lot of people that were mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit, Cassie's lawsuit, and a lot of people that are suing Diddy or will sue Diddy, right? A lot of them, they were paid blank. Well, they were in the presence of paid blank workers. If Diddy was instructing his people, they are still opening his narrative. Does Diddy think that he's going to get somebody to be a fall guy? If it wasn't you, Diddy, who was it? KK? Was she doing it? She was ordering the blank workers because she liked seeing like popping pills in your mouth and seeing you go crazy on Jonathan Oddie. Who is it? Brendan's fault? Who is the thing? We can't blame you, but somebody has to be in charge. Somebody was orchestrating this. So what was it? What, like, even if you were, anyway, let's keep going. Listen to this mess. This is a new narrative they are trying to come out. Wait till you hear what Ray J got to say. And Charlamagne gonna make you just throw something at the TV. But I get it. His friends are telling him this. He's like, I trust them. I'm telling you, they running game on you. Everybody's trying to protect the king. Listen to this.
Been an addict for 15 years.
We believe that. Go on.
Asked what he prefers to use, someone said, I'm sure he's on the bleeding edge of whatever it is out there that can get you really up there.
Yeah, according to Feds, it's called Tucci. According to Little Rod, it's called Tucci. According to Brendan's little happy sack, his alleged mule, it's called Tootsie.
I had anonymous conversations with several people who know Diddy really well. People I trust to give me an unbiased view of him.
People he trusts to give him an unbiased view. If you trust them so much, Tori, and this ain't no disrespect to him, why didn't they tell you about what this ish Diddy was into before? Why didn't they tell you about the girls and the tears and the lies and the orgies and the this and the that? Why now that there's a case going on and back then they was like, they're all liars. They lying. Why now are these people you trust to give an unbiased view? Now they're opening their mouth. Okay.
One of them told me the last time I saw him, there was nothing behind his eyes but a vapid darkness.
When was the last time you saw him? We need names and dates. Because honestly, if you're going to come out now, we're going to need names and dates. And what does a vapid darkness have to do with anything? Okay, he's evil. We figured that out. Come on.
Diddy's years-long perpetual drug haze meant that some of the women who are suing him, he doesn't even remember them.
Let me get this right. He had a years-long perpetual drug haze because we've seen Diddy at award shows. We've seen him on interviews. We've seen him literally in the last 15 years organize voting, rock the boat, where he was mobilizing people to vote. We've seen Diddy volunteering in the community. We've seen Diddy at Christmas. We've seen Diddy perform. We have seen Diddy do everything. If he was in a years-long drug haze, baby, you are a highly functional drug addict, because we saw you build micromanaging a $1 billion income. Diddy, give this man the electric chair. I actually want Diddy to go to court so I can sit there and shake my head at all their dumb defenses. This is the best y'all can do. A years-long drug addict. What do you think you are? A years-long. You realize New Jack City and Scarface were a fictionalized view. You realize that somebody wasn't on drug for 15 years in a years-long haze where you don't even remember your name or what you're doing. Shut up. Well, let's keep going.
And people who know him say they don't recognize him. He's been super up there and detached from himself for years.
Let me tell y'all something. If you're dealing with somebody and they've been in a drug haze for 15 years and you don't even recognize them. You don't know them anymore. You've known them longer as this high functioning addict than the real them. And honestly, they're saying 15 years. You listen to the people from back in the day, Gene Deal, what's his name? Curry, Roger Bonds, Cassie, baby, they all say the same thing. People that knew him when he was with Kim Porter. Ain't nothing changed. Nothing has changed.
He hasn't acted like himself in years. There were multiple interventions and they all failed.
If these are multiple interventions, and this is what I mean, are they trying to bury Diddy in that jail? We know that you are looking for bail. You're begging for another appeal. You're saying that there were multiple interventions, but they all failed. So if you are an addict who has to go in a haze and all you want to do is pillage the village, then why should we let you out on bail? What you should actually be, why should we let you out on bail? Because you just admitted that you're going to go back because that's the only thing. Oh, God, we ain't never going to be free.
Because no one could protect him from himself.
If no one could protect him from himself, then how was he going to get out on bail and have his security around him and get drug tested every week? Again, I said that when they said that they were going to give him urine. He said, I'll submit the urine test every week. I said, next time he'll get drawn into court, they're going to tell Diddy he's 4 months pregnant. I'm just saying, he's going to be 4 months pregnant.
Some people have said out of this, oh my God, which super powerful person did Diddy piss off? No. You're missing it entirely. When Diddy and Cassie were together, he dragged her down into drug abuse. After she got away from him, she went to rehab. And in talking to people, she realized she had been through something crazy. And
that is not true. I am just saying, as a human being who lives on planet, check notes, Earth 1, Cassie knew there was a problem when she felt her head hit the concrete and Diddy's shoe on the side of her face. To actually act like Cassie didn't know how effed up things were, Cassie fled that man with nothing. She got in a rehab because she's like, I have to save myself. But she knew something was messed up the whole time. Really? She had to talk to someone for people to be like, hey, say Cassie, about that last stomp out. She knew. However, and this is what I mean about these narratives that they put out there, it's actually a little scary. What Cassie said was, in rehab, she put together the pieces that she had been trafficked. And talking to what happened. It's not the fact that she realized something was wrong or he was abusive. No. She realized, that was sex trafficking. It's what I experienced. There is a word for what I experienced. But let's keep going.
began to find the...
Mind you, very well-respected journalist, Tori, this is coming from Diddy's camp. This is their new narrative. Diddy's camp might be on that Tucci because they act like, they act like? They're acting like you're date someone. And when I say date, I mean like literally like the 1950s version of date. Someone who is extremely mentally abusive, right? And what they do start off, because it's like they trying to get closer to you. So they literally go at you with every plan of attack, but they don't let it sink in. Hey, you look sexy. Before you can even say that, yeah, probably you used to guys saying that, right? You got a low self-esteem. You need to hear that. You're like, wait, what? Yeah. So anyway, what you want to eat? Oh, that's right. You can stand to lose a few pounds. I'm just crazy. You look good, girl. And then you just looking at them like, I'm going to go. What you mean you going to go? That's what I mean. Gold diggers like you, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, security. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Please don't go. I just was really looking forward to this date. I really like you. I see myself falling in love with you. And you're just like, oh my God, I got to go. Yeah, it's cool. Please, I got a million girls. They're giving unhinged. You know that old joke about the person that is mentally abusive, but they cycle through all the abuse so quick that you're just sitting there looking like security, right? That's what Diddy's team's doing. It's giving very crackheadish. You're not even letting anything land. You know, they say you throw ish against the wall and see if it sticks. You're not even letting it slide down a little bit. You're just like, What are you doing? What are you doing? They keep changing their approach before the last approach can even be processed or absorbed. Literally, hey, you look so beautiful. You think you stuck up. I don't like that. Oh, come on. Why you baby don't leave? Oh my God. We cycling like it's scaring me. But that's what it's giving. I saw that scene on a TV show. That's what Diddy's team is giving. They're giving crackhead energy. Please. They're giving crackhead energy. Let's keep going. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's see.
She had been through something crazy, and she began to find the courage to speak up. She went to him and said, I have a book. I've written everything. Give me $30 million to make it go away. And because he was in a haze, he did not say yes.
Pause. That is a grain of truth crouched in the biggest MFing lie since in 2024. Let me walk y'all through it, folks. Cassie started negotiating with Diddy for that book around January, February 2023. Okay? She approached him. Her lawyer approached him and said, yeah, we got a book and we writing it and we know everything you did. And what's up? You better run me my MF money. And I don't mean, you better run it. Diddy was like, oh, hold on. Let's talk. Cassie and Diddy had negotiations through their lawyers from January, February 2000, sometime in the first quarter of 2023, all the way to November. They was negotiating. It was lawyers involved. The fact that they trying to make it seem like it was Cassie on the phone and texting Diddy on WhatsApp, man, come on. It was the lawyers. The lawyers are there to protect Diddy's businesses. The lawyers also consult with Diddy's. Let's just assume he was in a drug haze for the better part of a year. The lawyers still consult with the business managers, the accountants, everything, right? Diddy thought, for whatever reason, at the last minute, and they told him every second what's going to happen. Run me my money, or we going to do this and that. Diddy then, worst mistake of his life. There are a few times in this world where something is irretrievable. There are a few times in this world that something gets smashed into a million little pieces. Because you're not all saying something that has been smashed in a million little pieces can never be put back together again. It's a million little pieces, right? Diddy is one of those people where he can honestly say that there was one no in a second. You literally destroyed your life irreparably. So I find that poetic justice. It's like the universe gave him a reprieve. It's like the universe said, yo, make the right decision and you can start to move forward and change your life. Say yes, pay her money, go to all your victims and try to make right with them. And you know what? Get yourself in a rehab, do what you got to do, and just live life on your path. This is your chance of salvation, right? Because every time you get that, the Lord gives you a choice. People look back and be like, damn, why did I do that? Why? Something told me. Yeah, that was like, instead, he got a chance of salvation. And he said, no, never, ain't ever happening. Like literally, he said no. Cassie then filed a criminal complaint like she told him she would. And he settled 24 hours later. Diddy literally played bluff with someone that knew all this stuff. But more importantly, Diddy thought he could get away with it. But this narrative that his friends who I trust to tell me the truth, they are lying to you. That's not what happened. They had lawyers involved. It was a huge deal. They were negotiating. And honestly, you expect me to believe that you was high from the first quarter of 2024 until November 17, 2023. Get the F out of here, Diddy. If this is your defense, you guys charge up the electric chair. Charge it up. Let's keep going.
He said no. He didn't have the perspective to understand what was really ahead of him. He had been living above the law.
He didn't have the perspective to understand. Again, they are now trying to infiltrate, God. They're now trying to act like Diddy is a little baby. I didn't know what I was saying. I don't know. Diddy, shut up. You're one of the most cold-blooded, shrewd, cutthroat businessmen in the last 10 years. You literally built a recording empire off of stealing the copyright, the rights, the publishing, and the souls of everybody that came across your doorstep. You are known for being one of the shrewdest businessmen that don't care, cutthroat. And you mean to tell us, I don't know what I did, what I say, Diddy? It's not going to work. It's not going to. That would be like you coming up to me and be like, yo, Tisa, what's tea? And me being like, I don't know. Like, and you're like, no, but Tisa, what did they say? I don't know. Tisa, you were in the room. What did you hear? Listen, I don't really like to talk. I feel like people's lives are their lives, and I don't really like getting involved in talking and gossiping. That's just not really me. You would look at me like, girl, if you don't stop your games, all of a sudden you don't like the gossip. All of a sudden, no, I think I don't like being nosy. I don't pay. Am I my brother's keeper? No, I'm not. You would be looking at me like, okay, you tried it. Tisa, you tried it, right? Really quick. Harvey Girl 813 said, stop defending this energy snatching of people. Exactly. Malcolm Martin said, Jay did wipe his IG. Oh, sorry. I apologize to, 1 second. Let me try this again. Sorry. Oh my God. Jay-Z wiped his Instagram. Oh my gosh. I apologize to Red Philly 88. I apologize. I don't know if you are a sir or ma'am, but my humblest of apologies. Yo, Red Philly 88 has been vindicated thanks to Malcolm Martin. Y'all, Jay-Z has wiped this is breaking news. Jay-Z has wiped his Instagram. Jay-Z has wiped his Instagram. Y'all, these are not the actions of an innocent man. Hold on, let me change this really quick. Jay-Z wipes Insta. Okay. Sorry, just had to say. Y'all, Jay-Z has wiped, the Insta has been wiped. The Insta account of Jay-Z has been wiped. Yo, what is going on? What do they have on it? Let me see. They have one thing on it. What is this? The only thing he has is a trailer for the book of clearance. What? Yo, it's going down. Too many things. We're going to get into this in a second, but let me just say, too many things have happened to too many people. You wipe your Insta. 1. All these executives settle down. 2. Ray J and Charlamagne are coming out to support. 3. What else is going on? What else is going on? Thank you so much, Malcolm. And Red Philly 88, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Mel Bethel said, we are not falling for the okie doke, period. Listen, sorry, Mel. That was me. I did sloppy research. I don't keep Instagram on my phone. So I have to just Google stuff. Sorry about that. A-Rod said he can run multiple businesses as an addict, but does not remember who he abused. Exactly. Did he shut up? Not even that. You with your kids. We see you driving all the time, Diddy. Diddy drives. Diddy does this. If you're high all the time, how are you functioning? How are you functioning? Anyway, Gully Squad said Diddy's slippery like baby oil for real. Exactly. Are you serious? Said Tisa. It's been weird to see celebrities and content creators defending Diddy and mad about Kendrick during the Super Bowl. Also, oh, thank you. I always hit the like button. It's free, y'all. Are you serious? Thank you so much. It's been weird, but I think there's two things. They're either paid to do it, or they're doing it to protect the old guard, or they're afraid that they're going to go down. Steve Macklin said his lawyers are going to bleed him dry, then it's going to be a wrap. I know that's right. Gypsy TT Tarrant, thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay, let's get back into this.
For so long, he didn't realize what was about to happen. When Cassie sued him, that alerted federal prosecutors and started this whole thing falling apart.
He knew exactly what's going to happen because Douglas Wigdor told him, if you do not comply, we are going to do A, B, and C. And guess what? Diddy didn't comply, and he proceeded to do A, B, and C. Diddy was 100% aware of what they were going to do. Diddy just did think that he was above the law, and it wasn't going to happen to him.
For the whole story, go to my Substack, torre.substack.com.
Okay. Miss K 1771 said the 2024 purge has commenced. I love your great journalism and hot tea. Thank you, Miss K 1771. Yes, the purge has begun. I feel like going to Hollywood and be like, may the odds ever be in your favor. But again, this is the new stuff. Torre, again, he's a great journalist. He's very unbiased. I actually think that his sources are selling him out. I think his sources are making him look stupid and putting him in a bad situation. Listen, now we got somebody else here. Hold on. Where's Ray J? And his sloth looking self. What? Come on. I'm trying to get this to work.
I think we haven't heard from anyone.
Now this is Ray J. This is gonna blow your mind. I just turn the sound up. Listen to Ray J. Right now, can I just say one other thing? Ray J showed up on what is this? Chris Como's in her church suit and his spectacles. Ninja, we just saw you on Instagram Live 2 business days ago trying to gaslight your own children after you laid hands on their mother. Ninja, we just saw you 3 days ago on Instagram Live talking reckless. But listen, they're already starting, and he's talking about what's going on in the Black community. Listen, the only thing is, Diddy was an equal opportunist. There are white women suing him, Black women. I don't know if there's any Asian women. The point of the matter is, this is vile of Ray J to do this. But remember, Diddy put up the back signal, and everybody knows that Diddy is close to flipping. I think the people that have something to fear are pledging their fealty to Diddy and going out there and trying to defend this. Listen to this.
Until now.
You know, I just feel like a lot of people are in shock. A lot of people are dealing with it in their own way. But in times like these, I mean, we should come together. We should talk about it as a community.
Yeah, Dana Trent is Asian, but Dana Trent, I don't think she's suing Diddy. I'm talking about the women suing him.
Like, a lot of people are in shock. A lot of people are dealing with it in their own way. But in times like these, I mean, we should come together. We should talk about it as a community. It's easy to divide and point fingers, but unity is where you build. You can have a stronger future for the culture. I mean, Diddy's been an icon for decades.
Do you hear him saying the culture needs to come together and find a way to forgive Diddy because he's been an icon for decades? They are starting that narrative, trying to taint the jury that, oh no, this is just a culture problem. No, you don't understand, white people. It's fine. We eat our young. We do this. This is what happens at Black parties. We have freak offs. Just let us deal with this on our own. Ray J is out of his mind. He's out of his mind to even come and say this. And the fact that people are letting him get away with this is wild to me.
Like, a lot of people are in shock. A lot of people are dealing with it in their own way. But in times like these, I mean, we should come together. We should talk about it as a community. It's easy.
As a community. So they're trying to say that this should be considered a Black community issue and the white media should stay out of it. Ray J, shut up. Even look at Chris Como's face. He's like, what? are you talking about as a community? Like, what? Sorry. On top of that, let's also not forget with Ray J. Weren't you Whitney Houston's handler? Weren't you in the middle of almost all this stuff? Yo, here's Sunny Girl tell, you're worse than Diddy. TikTok.
Easy to divide and point fingers, but you.
It's easy to divide and point fingers. Sir, there is, I don't understand. And again, I will just say this and then I'll let it play, right? Remember when Cat Williams was like in 2024, we can't be divided by racial lines anymore. The enemies are going to look like you, and some of them are going to look like people that don't look like you. But in 2024, a lot of your enemies that are here to hold you down are going to look like you and come with my brother, my sister in Christ. They're going to come. The fact that during an active investigation, an open crime, which he's trying to say he didn't know anything about, even though he was at the party freak-offs, he was one of Diddy's besties. You're trying to tell us that this isn't a time to point fingers. This is a time to heal. Mofo, we are still investigating. What do you mean? We haven't even gotten everybody responsible. How can you heal if we don't even know what's hurt? That's like me, like breaking my arm and being like, oh my God, this isn't a time to point fingers. This is a time to heal. I can't heal. I need to go to the hospital and see what happened to my arm. These people are trying to do that whole thing steeped in, I'm not going to say Black religion, but steeped in the very negative, toxic, gaslighting aspects of organized religion, where before we even figure out what's going on and purge the poison out, we got to come together and hold hands and forgive. Forgive who? Forgive what? Heal from what? You just said you don't even know what's going on. So what are we going to hold hands and heal? And you're trying to say we need to keep Black. Is that what your plan? You think that if you at least keep Black, white media out of it and do it internally? Man, please. I'm Black media, baby. I'm going to be standing with a megaphone telling on them, please. Y'all, Diddy at the cookout. Y'all, Diddy at the cookout. Call the police. He at the cookout. Get him.
Unity is where you build. You can have a stronger in their own way. But in times like these, I mean, we should come together. We should talk about it as a community. It's easy to divide and point fingers, but unity is where you build. You can have a stronger future for the culture. I mean, Diddy's been an icon for decades. We've all listened to his music. We've all been around him, that at least in my era, and have looked up to him. And in this situation, it's super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity. And I think transparency and integrity moving forward should be non-negotiable.
I hear you, and look, we need that.
Transparency and integrity. Negro, we are talking about SA. Ray J, you better, you know what? I hate when people play in my face and talk to me like I'm stupid. I feel like knocking those glasses off of Ray J's face. Like, I hate when I would rather somebody be like, yeah, I ate all the townspeople. Because I could be like, okay, Mr. Monster. No. I hate when people try to talk to me like I'm stupid. This is a time for healing, to teach the next generation, but teach the next generation what? What happened? You said you guys don't know. That's why you've been quiet, because nobody really knows what's going on. But nobody knows what's going on. But this isn't a chance. This isn't a time to point fingers. This isn't a time for anything. This is the time to come together and heal by teaching the next generation that transparency and honesty is fair dealings. What that y'all was running sex trafficking. What does it have to do with transparency and honesty? Even Chris Como is like, are we having he has that look in his face like, is this a joke? Are we having the same conversation? I'm confused. Let's keep going.
Every culture.
Let me do this. Mel Bethel said, why is Ray J an exclusive? And what in the world is Ray J wearing? He's lost too many brain cells. That is his church boy finest. That's what he goes when he wants to beg Princess to give him another chance. Eileen said, is Ray J forgetting that Andrew's father, Governor Cuomo, went through what he went through for a fraction of these accusations that don't even come close. That is true. That is true. That is true, Eileen. Good point.
You hear and may know what I hear, which is people aren't coming out because they either suspected this about him or they don't want to have any connection to him. And then I guess there's another group who's worried they're going to get pulled in, which is one of the suggestions from prosecutors. When you were with
now listen, that was a nice, classy journalism drag. Listen to this. You saw he was like, people don't want to get involved, or they heard it was coming and they want to stay away from it, or they're afraid they're going to get pulled into it. Ray J, when he was literally pointing the finger like, yeah, I think you're in group number 3. Ray J, when you did this, that was a nice, classy journalism drag.
Transparency and integrity moving forward should be non-negotiable.
Transparency and integrity in sex trafficking? Yeah, okay.
I hear you. And look, we need that in every culture. You hear and may know.
He said, I hear you. We need that in every culture. He basically said, and we're going to keep covering this shit. And I don't care what you say about it.
Oh, what I hear, which is people aren't coming out because they either suspected this about him or they don't want to have any connection to him. And then I guess there's another group who's worried they're going to get pulled in, which is one of the suggestions from prosecutors. When you were with him, you had to have heard the kinds of things that other people heard about what Diddy could be about on the dark side and excesses of his. What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And
Ray J said he'd never been to a freak off and he never knew that they existed. Boy, let me tell you something. I hope to God you right. Because if the feds have one iota of proof, baby, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Well, I've never known these rooms and I've never known they've existed. Well, you better hope they don't got you on tape. Because remember how the Fed said that a lot of people are being taped and didn't know it? I'm just saying.
A lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party, and you wanted to be inspired. You wanted to go out and have a good time. And then you wanted to go the next day to work and you wanted.
Stop. Ray J, Ray J always put a lot of people I know, and not even that, the way he's talking to a lot of people I know. Ray J, just talk your regular voice. A lot, and he's not code switching. He's trying to sound like a little boy, right? A lot of people I know, like they went with Diddy and they had a really good time. And then we were able to have fun and we were able to be inspired. Yo, this is at a Diddy party. And forget the freak offs. This is a Diddy party. And we were able to have fun and we were able to get inspired. You guys were able to get inspired 4 a.m. Ray J, not somebody. If that was me, I'd be like, somebody, excuse me, can somebody knock those glasses off his face? We were able to have fun and we were able to get inspired and we were also able to go to work tomorrow. I'm sorry. We were also able to go to work tomorrow. Niche Harris said Ray J need to be transparent about what happened to Whitney Davis, to Whitney Clive Davis and him. Desiree Dareshaw said Ray laying his butt off. Look at Chris's face. Yeah, Chris is not amused, but this lets you know that, yeah, you're afraid and you realize you got to try to stand with Diddy because if Diddy can get off, maybe you can get off. Oof, I know Ray J is sweating like a ho in church, which he usually is whenever he walks in. Let's keep going.
To work hard in this good vibe, and
this man, I'm sorry, I'll let this play, but I just have to say this because I will never. This needs to be. We would all want to go to Diddy parties and have a good time and be with our friends and be inspired, and then wake up the next morning and go to work and just be so inspired and happy because we were able to go out with our friends the night before and have fun. Ray J, it's not our first time on planet Earth or being human. What the hell are you talking about? Forget about the freak offs. Diddy's parties were legendary and raged all night, and they were nothing but pure hedonism and were inspired. Are you going to tell? Are they going to bring in Reverend T.G. Jakes and say that he was praying over people? Look at Chris Cuomo. He is looking at Ray J like this mofo is really playing in my face.
So to see where we are now, I just think everybody is still trying to digest it.
Shout out to Sheikah 420 Goddess.
And still trying to understand it. And even though, there's...
So who was at the freak offs then? All of his friends, according to Ray J, were having prayer circles at the party, then going home and waking up early, refreshed and invigorated because we got to share that energy and be with our friends. Like you're going to a girlfriend wellness retreat. But even if everything you're saying is true, you mean to tell us that you've been friends with Diddy since the Kim K era and you had no idea that some crazy-ish Ray J and the dirt scumbags he hangs around, Ray J and the dirt scumbag stuff he's done, Ray J and the dirt scumbag. Ray J, you expect us to believe this? It's too late. Listen, let me tell you something, Ray J. You shouldn't have been on hip hop. You shouldn't have been on For the Love of Ray J. Ray J, we know you in the dirtbag, scumbag activities, you people you hang around, and the things, again, I consider them dirtbag, scumbag. Maybe it's a regular Sunday afternoon for some of y'all, but Ray J, we know you too much to buy this. And that's why Chris Cuomo is just looking like he is really playing in my face. Valentine TV, what's up? You said Chris is a lawyer. That's why he's looking at him like, And Sheikah, did I already give you a shout out? Sheikah 420 Goddess. Yeah, thank you so much, Sheikah. Yeah, Valentine, that's exactly what is going on.
Still allegations, and it's not anything that's
just allegation
factual yet.
Just allegations. Look at them. Just allegations. You come to my job and disrespect me with this dumb act. Oh my God. Oh my. It just doesn't work that way. Hold on, y'all.
But it's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people. I mean, we all grew up, listening to Puff and Bad Boy, and they represented success and resilience.
Let me tell you something also. People, when you talk a lot, you always end up telling on yourself, right? If you let somebody talk long enough when they're trying to lie to you, they'll end up telling on themselves. The fact that in this whole situation, you still can't hide the fact that you don't look at these victims as human. The fact that you sit over your mouth, we don't know what's going on. We don't know. We just did this, we did that. And Chris Cuomo's like, accusations, huh? And then he says, it's hurtful. It's hurtful to think. And I'm like, okay, you're finally going to acknowledge the victims, right? Even Cassie, who you saw drop kick. It's hurtful, okay? We grew up listening to Puff's music, and we know Puff, and it's super, super hurtful. What? You don't have no sympathy for the victims? You don't have no sympathy for what's going on? You literally talk about it's hurtful. We all grew up listening to Puff's music. It's hurtful. What? Yeah. Blood always shows. Blood always shows. Mama Heather said, inspired to create the show, The Girls Club. Exactly. You created the Girls Club, the Bad Girls Club. Ray J is looking like Big U or Big U. What's with the suit? Yeah, listen, let's keep going. He doesn't even acknowledge the women, which again, there's something wrong with all these people's mindsets. Something wrong.
But it comes with responsibility. And when people fall, right now, we just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not to criticize, but find a better way to move forward as leaders, individuals.
To reflect, not to criticize, and find a better way. Sir, there is an active criminal investigation going on. If you don't get your happy head out the way. So I think it's best if we just find a way to reflect, not criticize, and move forward as a culture. Sir, get out the way. We are dusting for fingerprints. Get out the way.
In this culture that we're in.
Okay, in this culture that we are
When
in.
Russell Simmons, you know,
So this one takes the cake. Mel Bethel said, Ray J, you are not talking to one of your loving hip hop co-stars. I know that's right, but he thinks he is. He really thinks he is. Listen to this one.
was all those women or whatever, and
Allegedly.
Listen to that. Allegedly. Charlamagne is such a disappointment. He's a disappointment. And he's also someone that will do anything for $1 and doesn't care. And it seems like he has more in common with Diddy than with someone who doesn't have something in common with Diddy. But listen to this. First, he starts off by defending Russell, whatever his name, Russell Simmons. But his co-host packs him up and gets them together. Listen to this.
he knew he was doing it, and that's why he got the fuck up out of here and went to Bali. Also, you can only go to
That's
Bali.
not true though.
It's not, because while he was in Bali, Drew Dixon has been trying to serve him forever. I think she finally just got him served. D has been dodging process of service to be called into court since he went to Bali. So what are you talking about? That's not true though. Since you know so effing much, Charlamagne, why don't you tell us what is true? Listen to this.
Charlamagne, I'm gonna fucking go crazy.
It's not though. The only reason I don't want to say that because people that's saying stuff like that is very liable. He never had any criminal charges.
Permit for the party,
Well,
man. They don't
I'm
want me
sorry,
to
guys.
Losing to a lot of people.
Come back.
All the time. Saying stuff like that is very liable. He never had any criminal charges. He always was living in Bali.
You know, Charlamagne gonna defend someone because he got some weird cases, and they always got this man around. I'm talking about Charlamagne got some weird cases.
He always was building his resort in Bali. He has a whole wellness retreat in Bali.
Then why did he give all of his stock, his Celsius Zero stock, to Kamor Lee when he was going to be taken down in the Me Too movement and literally moved his residence out of the U.S. because legal experts said he wanted to hide assets? The only thing is, baby, he gave them to someone even colder than him. He's passed those bad boys to Kamora, and Kamora passed them to her current husband. And now he is still suing Kamora Lee Simmons for the stocks that he gave her to hold to hide them. What's more, Kamora just tagged Russell on Instagram and put at Uncle Russ, basically pointing the feds directly to him. Charlamagne will defend anybody on the wrong side. He is literally a tool. He is literally a tool to defend everything. And listen to this fake, soulless laugh he gives to try to sound nonchalant. Listen to this.
He's always, ask Chris, he's always been in Bali. And he's in the States all the time.
Oh, does
he comes to New York all the time? He's in the States. How come the process servers took years to find this man? Listen to this. Listen to what the host says, and then Charlamagne's fake laughter.
Did he come back?
All the time. Literally. He's in New York. He's in LA. When I say all the time,
all right, so
all the time.
Scratch that from the record. I thought he's staying in Bali.
No, that's an internet narrative that people created.
Well, he should make some videos here too doing yoga.
Exactly. And this fool is so innocent, and he lived in New York. Like, the fact that Charlamagne is really running interference with this fake laugh, like Russell Simmons, who spent his whole MFing life in New York City, his whole MFing life. He had never talked to us at all about building yoga retreat. He wasn't even on that. The ground didn't even break before. And to talk about he was building a yoga retreat, he bought a resort. He didn't build that resort from the ground. What the F are you talking about, right? But not even that. You're telling us that this and that. You lived your whole life. You ran New York. As soon as this Mewtwo came, you hopped over the Valley. We haven't seen you back. And like he said, well, if he's in New York all the time, why don't he make some videos of him doing yoga in New York? Since he's back and forth all the time, Charlamagne. And then Charlamagne come with his goofy laugh. He given to Django Unchained. I'm just saying.
Scratch that from the record. I thought he's staying in Bali.
No, that's an internet narrative that people created.
Well, he should make some videos here too doing yoga.
But he actually had the wellness retreat.
No, I believe it.
You see Usher go there. You saw Taraji there. They all get flack when they.
And we know why Usher's there. And Taraji, They got, why you around?
Go there.
I believe it.
Because it's Russell's place and nobody can't stand next to Russell.
Got it.
But
okay, that
he's
makes
not hiding out.
So this makes it all right. This is different. So okay, that's completely different because
Listen, I like Charlamagne's co-host because Charlamagne's co-host, when Charlamagne tried to bullshit him, he's like, well, why don't he come go? And then he's like, let's move on. Let's move on. Really quick. Eileen said, this is evil up close. Ray J's role. We miss Whitney. I know that's right. And Honey Drizzle said, didn't Ray J leave Princess at the awards to sniff coca with prostitutes?
If Diddy wanted to get away, he could have got away.
That's actually not true. Diddy couldn't have gotten away after that raid, because Diddy thought nothing was going to happen from the prosecution. His son was even dropping mixtapes. After that raid, Diddy surrendered and his boys surrendered their passports for the lawyer to hold in escrow. I'm telling you, the lawyer said it in the Bell hearing. Diddy didn't leave because he didn't have passports.
Diddy, for some reason, he's either incredibly arrogant and doesn't think that he can be taken down, or he believes that he's innocent, or he believes that there are people that would go down if he went down, and they wouldn't want that to happen. People in positions
all of that
of
could
power.
be true, or he could just be too far gone. He could be too far gone.
Now listen to the way Charlamagne's changing his story, because you remember a couple months back, he was telling everybody ain't no point in suing Diddy. They don't never get any money. Diddy didn't do it. They all lying. Remember when they were dragging Tyrone Blackburn? Remember when they were driving these other accusers? Remember said there's nothing. Now listen to Charlamagne. Again, now think about this. All these narratives drops the same day. Tory with Diddy's people coming and talking to him. That's a reporter we heard earlier. Then we had Ray J. Now we got Charlamagne the God. How is it that everybody got the same narrative? Listen to this.
Off the drugs,
you think
and the alcohol, and the power, and the ego, that he's just delusional as fuck.
That power does corrupt.
Oh
man.
my God!
You seen it happen, huh?
Yes, a million times. Like man, this actually when I read the indictment, I'm reading it. I'm just like, this is just a dude that's super power trippy, super ego trippy.
You read that this man was rugging people to the point that they were unconscious, running trains on them, beating them, stomping their heads and doing that. And Charlamagne's like, all I read was this man's super power trippy. Yo, this whole crew got grapey vibes. And I heard this man's you read an indictment for sex trafficking, and all I read was this man's super power trippy. Y'all, that's some crazy mess. Mel Bethel said, Charlamagne looked like RS sitting in that chair.
And it's the drugs, and it's the alcohol, right? If you ask me, I think this man, this is a podcast, and this is what we do on a podcast.
This is allegedly.
Look at the way, now he's about to get his marching orders. You ask me? Oh, now you're about to get reflectful. As soon as he did that, I said, here come the PR spin, baby. I know how to recognize PR spin. Oh, hold on.
There, you saw Taraji there. They all get flack when they go there.
Diddy, for some reason, he's either incredibly arrogant and doesn't think that he can be taken down, or he believes that he's innocent, or he believes that there are people that would go down if he went down, and they wouldn't want that to happen. People in positions
all of that could be true, or he could just be too far gone. He could be too far gone off the drugs,
you think he's
and the alcohol, and the power, and the ego, that he's just delusional as fuck.
That power does corrupt.
Oh
man.
my God!
You seen it happen, huh?
Yes, a million times. Like man, this actually when I read the indictment, I'm reading it. I'm just like, this is just a dude that's power. He's super power trippy, super ego trippy, and it's the drugs.
Listen to his co-host.
And it's the alcohol, right? If you ask me, I think this man, this is a podcast, and this is what we do on a podcast.
This is allegedly.
Yes. I think this man has so much grief and trauma that he's just always trying to escape. That's why it's always so much drugs, so much alcohol, and sex. He probably just does that shit just to run from whatever trauma he's never dealt with. I think it's the sex, the drugs that just helps him to escape, and he's always constantly trying to escape. Because that's the other thing people not talking about in this indictment. All the drugs they found.
Now all of a sudden, Diddy's a hardcore drug addict. Y'all been defending this man. Now all of a sudden, we supposed to feel sorry for the monster? Yes, we understand Diddy's origin story. We understand every serial killer, every abuser, every rapist, every mother that hurt their child, every father that hurt their child, everybody that's gone to war, everybody that's murked someone. Yeah, you sit down, they all got a story. We all human. But at the end of the day, empathy is for when I can help you. But when you start to prey on me, when your trauma, when your darkness starts to eat away at me and create generational curses with me and my loves, oh, no. We have a problem. You know, there is a word for that. You are a cancer on society. And what do you do to cancer? You isolate it. You isolate it so it cannot grow. If it continues to grow, then you have no choice but to cut it out. You are a cancer. Nobody sits there and says, oh, I feel sorry for a little cancer cell. He's just hungry and trying to eat. Don't you know he hasn't? Yeah, okay, not in my body. Please go somewhere else with that. They literally all dropped this the same day, and now they want us to feel sorry for it. Do you see the way in this situation? The women and men that they used and abused their bodies like party favors, they're not even worth mentioning. They're not human. They're not worthy of empathy or sympathy or regard. The only person that means something in this whole story is Sean Diddy Combs, the man that gave us music to light up our life. The man that we've known. All the victims are nothing. They're nobody. They wanted it. They were there consensual, being freaky. Don't you know this man has trauma? This in 2024 is your defense, dehumanizing victims, dehumanizing women, dehumanizing men, dehumanizing the poor and powerless, because the only people that matter is a mega house producer that had a few bops. And on top of that, he matters because what? He's a billionaire. He's shown the community he's helped. What is going? This is madness. They're really trying to get off on this one. Diddy gonna get the electric chair. His team, and I know this is coming in my heart of hearts. I feel like this is coming from Diddy's legal. They are completely oblivious. They try in the Bell hearing. They tried to shame Cassie in 2024, the victim of sex trafficking. You tried to shame her in front of a federal judge. The federal judge was looking at him like, are you done, counselor? They tried, and now this is your defense? Let's focus on his trauma and nobody else is human. Now, this is after you spent how many months lying, gaslighting, running interference, doing this, harassing, bullying, laughing, mocking, spreading PR. And now Charlamagne's scary ass, because you can tell when Charlamagne is saying something he feels and when he's getting his marching orders. He's nervous as hell getting the marching orders because someone told him, you better sell this narrative. Again, Ray J, we gonna see you on tapes? Charlamagne, we gonna see you on tapes? Man, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Let me just read these really quick. Be Blessed said, super proud of you, teaser, for all your hard work on covering the situation. Your lives have been super informative. We all appreciate you. Oh, Be Blessed. Thank you. Also, Mel Bethel said, oh my God, same damn narrative, right? Exactly, right? This is why I don't watch The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne thinks he's so smart. That's the thing that gets me mad about The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne thinks he's so smart. And I think before he would get his agenda, right? And nobody noticed, but they don't realize that it's like, Charlamagne, we saw your agenda, we just didn't care. Now that he's been tapped by the powers to be, he has his political, that he can get talking points out, they all go to him. But this is actually sick. And in 2024, you're trying to dehumanize? Listen to this.
Coke, ecstasy. They said the night that the night he turned himself in, they picked him up or whatever, he had fucking pink powder in the room. Clearly the guy.
That ain't our problem. He lied to us and told us he didn't. He sat there. Let me explain something. Diddy sat there and his lawyer ripped apart Little Rod, who, by the way, I have an amazing interview with. Go ahead and check it out. He sat there and ripped apart Little Rod. When Little Rod said, Diddy's addicted to Tucci, Diddy had Young Miami running it, Diddy has a man carrying around a little pack because he can't go, he is a rug addict. They went to court only for Little Rod and said, you a liar. My client ain't never. How dare you, Your Honor, throw this out. Now, it didn't get thrown out. You told us for months that Little Rod was the biggest liar in the world when he all told us that Diddy was on Tucci and he was a drug addict and he be doing this and he be doing that. Now, all of a sudden, he has trauma. They found the bag. Charlamagne, you was on the Breakfast Club talking trash, not only about Little Rod, but about Little Rod's attorney. You tried to destroy his case. And now you like, look, now, yo, people ain't seeing heaven. And you doing this insincerely. Because I think when Little Rod first said this, you knew what time it was. You knew what was up. You knew what was up. But you ain't care. Because at the end of the day, your money don't jingle, it folds. You knew all this about Diddy. Now he's a man with trauma, and you knew all this, and you still tried to make a laughing stock out of Little Rod and do everything you could to bully him, make him seem like a con artist, a charlatan, all this stuff. And now, cut to today, half of the federal indictment is directly taken from what Little Rod said in the interview, but also what he said in his lawsuit. The feds checked that out and found reason to believe, okay, yeah, we got this. It's disgusting that people are letting these people, even Charlamagne, you tried to literally deprive a victim of any type of avenue to get redemption. And now you want us to feel sorry for the monster that told us that Little Rod was a liar when he told us that he was on Tucci and a rug addict?
I got a problem. Clearly. I just ain't never heard.
Anyway, Biker Batty, thank you so much for becoming a member. And also Brandon Carter, thank you so much for the super chat.
The shit is just freaky, man.
It's freaky. I love it. So anyway, I want to bring back this oldie and goodie because everybody want to talk about Diddy got trauma. Everybody talk about, we don't know where it is, but it's definitely trauma. Everybody want to talk. Where do you think that Diddy got his trauma from? Where could his trauma have gotten from? Where? I mean, this scene is really weird. And I want to walk y'all through it because it haunts me. They want to talk about Diddy had trauma, right? Where did his trauma come from? Where did his twistedness come from? Diddy's mom just kissed him on the lips and she said, what you trying to do, right? She said, she were kissing. He starts rubbing on her. She said, what was you trying to do? He said, I was trying to show you a show. Hold on a second. Now he's talking about the phone, but hold on. Witch Hazel said, Charlamagne the God is very is very grapey. Justice for Jessica Reed and all the SA victims. I know that's right. I was trying to show you a show. Listen to this. He takes his phone and zooms in to his mom's white fingernails. This is on an Instagram live. He zooms in to his mom's white fingernails and holds them there for a minute. He is sending a bat signal to the people that know what his white fingernails mean. Mind you, also, his mom is sitting there with white fingernails with an IV. They both got IVs. And as Cassie said, IVs always happened after freak-offs. Now, and it has been implied, I think, in a few lawsuits that Diddy's children also participated in, I'm sorry, not the sons, okay, were in situations that, well, you can read the lawsuits. Hold on.
Did y'all peep that? The mother has on white nail polish.
That's right.
Just like Carisha be wearing white nail polish. If you remember, In the lawsuit, Cassie said that Diddy forced the women around him to wear white nail polish because it looked good during the freak-offs. So it's very interesting that his mother is wearing the same white nail polish.
This is God's creation on TikTok.
Yeah.
He then goes on to try to pimp his mom out. He said, yeah, y'all know my mom is single, right? Look.
My Duke know how to have a good time.
My Dukes know how to have a good time. This is, now let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong if your mom's single or wanting to set your mom up. You want the best for mommy. Daddy, I love you, but if something ever happened, I'm going to make sure mom, we going, right? I'm going to make sure we all going to have a private island and invite you over for Thanksgiving, but they going to stay together. But if my mom or dad were single, I will, of course, want them to find someone. But the way he's trying to set his mom up, yo, my Dukes know how to have a good time. This is how you presenting your mom for dating? Hold on.
She ain't sitting in the house playing.
She ain't sitting in the house playing.
Outside moving.
She outside moving and shaking.
Shaking, baby. She come with me to the strip club.
She come with me to the strip club. Okay, this is getting weird.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Real. It's my dog. I want to live life. Be out here.
What person makes their mom come with them to the strip club? That's so weird. Mothers, would you go with your son to the strip club even if he demanded? I mean, I guess maybe if you liked women, but do fathers go to the strip clubs with their sons? I don't know.
Moving and grooving.
We out here moving and grooving, baby.
My mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
My mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
Keep moving.
That's right.
Don't stop.
She could touch the floor with her palm.
She said, my mom told me, keep moving, baby, keep moving. She said, that's right, don't stop. Then he goes on to say, my mom can touch the floor with both of her palms. He literally then said he's trying to hook his mom up with suitors. My mom can touch the floor with both of her palms for back shots. Flat. And then I would expect the mom to be like, yo, Sean, like you on that Tucci, stop. She wanted to let us know flat. That is a thing. But don't stop. Get it. Literally assuming the position. Bent like hands down, ass up. That's the way we literally. They are bragging and think that her mom comes to the strip club. She said, don't stop, baby. Don't stop. Get it. That's right. Yeah, because my mom can put both of her palms on the ground. And she said, yeah, flat. This is a weird conversation, but I'm beginning to see where Diddy's trauma might be coming from.
Flat.
Flat. Oh, that's so funny. Basically making jokes that his mom know how to take back shots like a pro. Pow, pow, pow. Take that. Y'all, what y'all think? What do y'all? Oh, also, this is a weird letter that Diddy's lawyer sent. Dear Judge Carter, following the September 18, 2004 court appearance, the court ordered a status update from counsel concerning any requests related to the location of Mr. Combs' detention. At this point, there is no request from counsel that the court take any action. Thank you. So this letter is weird in the fact of, remember how they were complaining how NDC was the worst? Remember how they were complaining he needs to go to Ellis? Remember how they were complaining, oh my God, Diddy's life might be in danger? They literally wrote the court after this, and said that they're not requesting that he be moved to Essex. Now he's fine in NBC. This is so weird. The whole case is weird, but nothing is more weird than that Diddy's mom stuff. Take that. Hold on, y'all. Let me go to the comments really quick. What y'all got to say? What do y'all got to say? Huh? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Yeah. I'm reading the comments, right? That's her sister. They're saying Diddy's parents died together. They kept it a secret. Even if that's his aunt, that's still weird. I said, I try to be as good as I can be each and every day. These reach demons out here moving like this. She said, okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, Diddy's, hold on, let's get this. 334 Gus said, these sickos need to normalize going to jail when they get caught. No excuses. You did that ish. Just go to hell, actually. Yo, again, there's weird stuff. Yeah. He said, my mama can touch the floor of her palms. And she said, both hands flat. The mama wanted to let us know she flexible. Woo, flat. She was bragging. She was bragging. Also, listen, you guys, there's a few interviews I did. I did a great interview with Tiffany Red. I did a great interview with Natanya Rubin. Tiffany Red is Cassie's very close friend. I did a great interview with Natanya Rubin. That is the woman that Diddy pow-powed in the face. I did a great interview with Uncle Gene Dill. We did a great deal. Me and Unc, we did a great interview. It actually was super, super informative. We also did a great interview with Little Rod. If you are a fan of long form and interviews, please go check them out. I'm going to repost them anyway. So if you don't check them out, you'll see them on the channel. But at the end of the day, again, is this where Diddy's trauma came from? Look at that little baby Kim Kardashian when she still had a human woman's body and a human woman's face, and Paris Hilton. Remember back then, Kim was just a lackey and Paris Hilton was a thing. It was regulars at Diddy's thing, right? Yeah. Oh, somebody said Diddy's mom is a Capricorn, usually a very conservative sign. Yeah, that's weird. Capricorns are usually not only conservative, but they're very elegant too. You know what I'm saying? Up here we go. The Kardashians again with Diddy, right? Remember she said a gold Barbie, Kylie and Kim. I don't know why. I think they was probably all at those parties. Woo! Listen, here we have Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre's wife, ex-wife. She got the hell out of Dodge. Kanye West, we already know Kanye was at them freak offs. Kanye was probably waiting there early for the freak off to begin. They had to send the maid to be like, Mr. West, like nobody's going to be here for another 10 hours. And he was like, I'll wait. You know, Kanye was probably waiting in line for them freak offs. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, I know it's gross. I don't know what I was looking at. I wanted to show you guys, but when they keep talking about loud now, Diddy has this deep, dark trauma. I don't know. I'm looking to see where it came from. And that might be it. I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, today got to end. But if this is Diddy's defense, yeah. Rosemary Hernandez, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Y'all, again, this is madness. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. At the end of the day, if Diddy's people think this new narrative that he was on this and didn't know what he was going to do and it's going to work, they have another thing coming, baby. We are way past that event horizon. We are way past that event horizon. Listen, at the end of the day got to end. And you guys, listen, let me know what you think. I'll probably post another video after this. Tomorrow, the agenda. Of course, we're going to cover Diddy. We're also going to cycle into some lighthearted stuff too. So we're going to go back to sprinkling in regular gossip, but it's still going to be up to the minute Diddy coverage. So make sure you turn your notifications on. We'll put the lives back up if you don't feel like looking through the channel. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, bye, bye. But yeah, heavy uploads tomorrow, but we're going to talk about some fun stuff. Okay? Talk to, and Diddy. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye.